I like minimal, I like clean, I like non-clutter, and I feel that you can make strong statements by keeping it simple. And to think simple is most difficult thing. That's what my experience has taught me in life. So actually this studio was the first space I saw when I was looking out for a studio, and I decided instantly that this is going to be. There's an interesting story actually behind it. So one of my clients, who is a developer from Chembur, had come to meet me in my studio, and we had 10 years young studio, and that was a rented small office that I had, and we were there for almost 18 months. And he came for his project, and I just happened to mention that, I'm looking for a studio space in Chembur, and he said, I have half a floor, do you want to have a look at it? And immediately I left his project. I said, we'll discuss your project later, let's go and have a look at the space. And and I came here and I saw this beautiful space. It was completely empty, but that glass facade on the east side kind of won me over, and I was like, this is it, and I'm going to take this. And in the next 3 months we were here. If you really see the space, it is very, very minimal, and it doesn't really have a very strong identity, and I wanted it that way. I was very clear that I want the space to not be overwhelming or not to influence me or my team in any way as we approach the design process. So I wanted to have it very neutral, keep it very calm, and the idea was to bring a lot of natural light so that we're all rejuvenated and enthusiastic over the day and over the week as we go through the design process, and keep it it's almost like a blank canvas. When you take a canvas and you want to paint over it, it is like it's nothing, it's just white and a blank canvas. So the whole office space was planned to be a blank canvas where we could go wild and create different styles and without being overwhelmed by a particular style.
The most important part of the studio is it's like concept-based designs. So whenever a new project comes to us, it's like, we try to understand the client, their requirements, we try to understand their way of living, and based on that, a concept has been derived. So every project is different and has its own identity.
Every different project has its distinctive features and also reflects the qualities of the client in the project.
Her minimal approach towards design is the most important factor, which I think, and use of materials in a very different way, in a very unique way.
Working with Padmini ma'am is like working on building up a different story every time.
So everything that you see in this studio has a story, whether it's art on the wall or whether it's a quirky piece of furniture around, everything there's a story. I love stories, I love to tell stories, and in fact I feel that even design, when you design a space, it has to tell a story, and that is our philosophy actually. We have a very, very different approach. Of course, I do hotels and luxury hotels, but that is more from a commercial point of view, and because your clients are huge out there, because you have n number of clients and you're not catering to a specific client. So very, very different approach, but both channelizing towards the same thing of a nice, beautiful, sensorial experience. So I have a very famous line that I always tell to my clients is that, I do hotels for my stomach and I do homes for my soul. And I mean it, So it's a very soul-enriching experience when you make people's dream home come true.